Brzee. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Brzee. Close your eyes. Brzee. 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 Brzee, 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 Brzee.
Hello. It's going to record. Get us started. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this webinar. So today, the purpose is for us to get together and experience Dr. Pillai's meditation that he gave on the Masterclass, as well as to go over a few of the key points and takeaways so that we can really begin this Brzee Abundance journey now. And then, of course, at the end, I will also discuss the program, and if you have any questions, we'll be able to answer those today. The program starts on June 9th, so we're about a week away, or exactly a week away from the program beginning, and I want to make sure everyone has everything that they need to make a decision of whether they'll be joining or not. And if you're not joining the program, that's fine, because today is going to be an experience for you to get together in community and experience the Brzee Abundance meditation that Dr. Pillai gave, as well as the teachings. So let us begin. We'll be together for, I don't know, probably about 45 minutes. And the meditation itself is 20 minutes. It's the exact meditation that was delivered by Dr. Pillai on the Masterclass. And he went pretty deep into it. So that's why we wanted to give you the same version of that meditation. We have since trimmed down some of the space. So you might have received a shorter version, which is good to do when you need more, you don't have as much time, but you really want to get in a quick practice. But today we're going to do the 20-minute version so that we have time to go a little bit deeper and have you experience the meditation in community. This meditation, people on chat when he delivered it was really touching. A lot of people had experiences with it, and I was quite surprised that he gave such a long and extensive technique as well. Normally, he gives them much shorter in the public kind of sessions. So let us begin. Let's start with the meditation. And then after that, we'll move into some key points, and then after that, program questions. So be sure to let us know on chat if you have any questions along the way as well. So go ahead and get yourself into a comfortable position. Allow yourself to be taking a few deep breaths, becoming present, settling into your space. And when you're ready, gently close your eyes.
Feel your entire body. Focus attention on your entire body, particularly your third eye, your right eye, your left eye, and the 2 ears, the 2 nostrils, and then feel your throat, your 2 arms and hands, the chest, the heart, the stomach below, the 2 thighs, knees, shin and calves, the 2 feet. Focus attention on the 2 feet. The feet are a kind of surrogate brain, mini brain. That's reflexology. Focus attention on your big toes. Your life energy is entering through them. And fill the entire body. Now visualize 2 beams of light entering through your eyes. And inside the 2 beams of light travels the sound Brzee. 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 The light and the sound travel together, and as they go into the 2 eyes, they dissolve. And again you go, and then another beam of 2 pairs of, 1 pair of light and sound getting into the eyes. One beam on the right, one beam on the left. Very powerful illuminating light, and inside the light embedded the sound Brzee. And once it's getting in, it will get dissolved. Then again visualize another beam of light. This is how we go. Now start. Another two beams of light. Brzee. 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 Now it's dissolved. Brzee. 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 Dissolved. Now, it's not only that you are working with your eyes, the brains light up as well. The two brains. Brzee. Each time you receive the sound and then it dissolves, you are reprogramming your brain, your mind, from scarcity to abundance. Where does the power come from? The sound. Brzee. 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 The sound reprograms your eyes, The eyes also think besides seeing. Creative thoughts are in the eyes. Brzee. 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 Don't move. Brzee. The Brzee sound will go and activate key areas of the brain, making connections to create more creativity, to move from scarcity to abundance. Now, you have empowered your brain somewhat. You can visualize your creation, meaning that you will see in your eyes your creation, car, home, whatever you want. Sky is the limit. Brzee. Again, the lights, the two beams are going in. Brzee. 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 The light dissolves, the sound dissolves, the brain lights up with a new energy, with a new program. From scarcity to abundance. Embrace all that you want to create. Now, end the meditation, but don't open your eyes. Relax. Take your own time to come back to yourself. Slowly, slowly come back to yourself.
Slowly continue to come back to yourself. Continue to come back to yourself and end the meditation. I know that was quite a meditation that he gave. Welcome back. So next we wanted to cover a few key points of the webinar that Dr. Pillai did, or the masterclass. And hopefully that was a beautiful experience for you. We have several hundred people online, so doing that in community is really powerful. And it's one of the things Dr. Pillai has mentioned he wants us to do often, is to get together in community and experience the group energy, because the more people who get together, the more we have the connectedness and the increased synergy of how we can all work together and how we can enhance, or how we get to experience the enhanced effect of a meditation when we're doing it in group. So that is really important. So I'm really happy we're able to do that today with so many people all over the world. And that is also what's going to be occurring in the course itself when we get together every week during the 6-month program to do our meditation together, as well as to go through all of the modules, teachings for that month that Dr. Pillai has delivered. So a few of the items that he mentioned on the masterclass, I just want to highlight a few of the key items. There's so much great content in there. Please rewatch it if you have the chance. The main thing that struck me and really stuck out was that he said his goal is to move human consciousness from its inherent scarcity consciousness to prosperity consciousness or wealth consciousness. And he said, basically, when that's done, it's done. Because, and then all of the different steps are ways in which he indicated how he wants to move us from this inherent scarcity consciousness to this prosperity consciousness. So that 5 steps, or actually 6 now, were created by Dr. Pillai with the intention of how we'll move through this system, this Brzee Abundance System, in order to achieve that goal, his goal of getting all of us out of scarcity consciousness into prosperity consciousness. So it started with the soul. So there's 5 areas, and then the 6th step is whole life integration. So starting with the soul, and what he said is that the soul is the third eye. It's contradictory in some other teachings from other beings, but he said the soul is in the third eye. And when you infuse the sound Brzee into the soul, it'll pass that sound into the entire body mind. So that is why he started with soul, because it is the entry point that then ripples out and affects all other areas of our life, all of our body, our mind, our dream plane, our heart, all of the other steps that occur. The soul is the entry point. So that's really important. In fact, many years ago when Dr. Pillai had us first start teaching, he always had us start with a technique that he gave, which was clearing the doorways to the soul, the doorways to consciousness, which is the eyes, the ears, the nose, and the mouth, which is our sensory perception, which he does talk about in the body module, which we'll get to. So, so starting with the soul passes the sound and its consciousness through the different areas, the body, mind. And he mentions the creative process and how Brzee needs to be legible. It has to be visible. There's something that brings the sound into creation. And getting the Brzee into the third eye is the start of that. He said the third eye is not the physical body, but the astral body. And then it correlates to physical places like our pituitary gland and our pineal gland in the brain, the midbrain. So you can look that up to see kind of where that is. Now, he did give this meditation technique where he walked us through so many different areas Brzee is going into. So you're really set in terms of having all of that access. He mentioned as well that the soul receives messages, content from our genetics, soul genetics, as well as our physical DNA. We are being influenced all the time by our karmic forces. And he goes into that. So one of the solutions is to do the ancestor offering. It's called Tarpanam. We're not going to go into exactly what that is today, but there are plenty of videos that you can search for with people. Mohini has a really great example of how to do it. So we want you to begin to do that every day. Why is that important? Because our ancestors are always influencing us and sending us messages, and we want to help them move on, and we want to receive their blessing. It's a huge part of the soul being purified for us to be able to move on into this goal, the goal of moving from scarcity into abundance. Then he starts talking about the mind. So starting with the soul, remember, and then whatever we bring through the soul level is then manifest through the body and the mind. In the mind, he said, the mind is inherently negative, right? It's programmed to that. And in some ways it's done, the brain has been created to help us survive, right? So it has to give some things to make sure that we're not in danger. But what Dr. Pillai is saying is that the programming, this default programming that we've adopted, is stopping us from manifesting. It's stopping us from thinking big thoughts. He mentions how we have 35 to 60 thoughts per minute. That's a lot of thoughts. So not only is the mind negative, it's pretty much out of control. And he talked about the Patanjali Yoga Sutras and how you can stop the mind with one of the sutras. Patanjali also has 4 stages of concentration, which helps to stop the mind and as well as infuse the mantra. There's another program on that called City Powers if you want to go deeper into that. But really what Dr. Pillai is talking about here is, and what he says is to infuse the mind, meaning chanting all the time, Brzee. So he says to go on chanting Brzee, 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 Brzee. He said, in fact, if you could do that for 5 minutes straight without another thought, that is a huge accomplishment. But we have other thoughts that are continually coming in. So what's the solution? The solution is practice. Just keep practicing. Your mind is a muscle that you will be strengthening. And the more you're doing it, the more you put Brzee into your thoughts, the more it will continue to be there, even if you're not consciously creating it. So that's really important that we repattern the brain so that the mind is not only thinking negative thoughts, but also incorporating positivity and, of course, the mantra of Brzee. He talks about karmic thoughts coming through from past lives, ancestors, astrology. There are influences that create thoughts in us. Now, you may probably feel that intuitively. Oh, this doesn't feel like my thought, or why am I going in this direction? It doesn't feel like a natural fit for me, or it certainly isn't what my desired thought process is. And that is because we are continually being bombarded with thoughts that come from other sources, our past lives, ancestors, current life circumstances, astrology, all of that is coming at us. So really good idea to be aware of that, monitoring your thoughts on a regular basis. And he says he will teach a method on how to deal with the mind, how to give it a repetition technique, and how to engage it in a step-by-step process. And he even said to vacuum out some of what is the content that is in the mind. So he says the goal of module 2 is to move from the mind of scarcity to the mind of abundant thoughts. And once that is done, then, really the world is our playground in terms of being able to accomplish the mind. The mind is a huge, huge thing to be able to make headway on or have control over, which is what the rishis and the siddhas did. They had total control over their mind. And then he talked about the Brzee brain. In fact, we had another webinar a week ago on that. And the purpose of the Brzee brain is to show you how Brzee is actually impacting the brain. Now, you can be chanting it and feeling like, oh yeah, sure, this is great, but is something happening? And the purpose of showing that was, yes, the EEGs, the science is showing that this is occurring in your brain when you're chanting Brzee. So I thought that was really inspiring. Next, he moves on to the body. So we're at soul, mind, and body. And in this module, he talks about infusing the sound of Brzee into the body. He calls it embodying Brzee. He says, we don't see the mind and we don't see the soul, but we do see the body. And that's one of the reasons why it's so important. It's a door to the mind. It's a door to the soul. And most of the senses are doorways, like I mentioned, doorways to our consciousness, doorways to our soul. And so what he's going to do in this module is to give techniques on infusing the different senses and different ways we use our body. So we have touch, we have sight, we have smell, we have hearing. All of this is feeding our experience in this world, because these are our filters. But when Brzee, or the mantra and the consciousness is dealt with, then we get to really go to the next level of how we want to experience our life, right? So then he talks about the heart, and that's the next module. And he said, there's the spiritual heart, the physical heart, and the heart chakra. And it's the sacred heart, right? Like the place the heart has desires. What's your heart's desire? So we have our physical manifestation of our body and our heart, and we actually have sensation there. But we also have what he says is it goes beyond. The heart is the center of the soul. He said and it goes beyond logic. So this heart has intuition, it has purity, it doesn't have the connection with the mind. So that's a great thing that we have to leverage, that we can use this heart center for manifestations and to create our desires. But he also mentions that we have to purify it, right? So if we have desires for things that aren't necessarily in our best interest, or we haven't gotten to the place where we're able to really feel into those desires, then the Brzee is able to purify that. So we want to have an authentic desire that doesn't kind of catch up with us later. He mentioned having desires, life after life, which may not be in our best interest, but we do grow from them, and we do build upon them. So he wants us to have pure desires, and desires in which we can use that heart center. So he says, Brzee in the heart center make the sound very subtle. He's going to give us a technique to make the sound even more subtle. He calls it the bosanized. That's the word he used, to get it to the most subtle level of how we can adapt or incorporate Brzee into the heart, that purity. So the next module is dream. And this is where he's going to help us use Brzee in the dream plane. So up until now, it's all been in waking state, right? We're aware of the soul, the body, the mind, the heart. But now he wants us to go into a different realm, the theta. In fact, he talks about that's how you can get into a theta state, is when you're going to drop into the dream plane while still being semi-conscious. And he's going to give us techniques on how to do that and how to have some experiences perhaps with lucid dreaming. But really he wants to make sure that what he says is that it's not enough to just think about Brzee. We also have to get into a technique where we're going beyond the physical, the mind, the body, and into this dream state. Then the final module is the life module. And really we had, after we move through these five techniques or these five modules, life is incorporating it. So we've had these five components that we can then integrate into our lives. And in the last class, he also mentioned he'd be adding something new, be adding to the sixth module techniques on how to connect with the goddess. So that was actually very new. We didn't know he was going to do that, and he will be in the 6-month program. So whether you join the 6-month program or you don't, hopefully by now you have the tools right now to begin this process. You have the meditation, and you have these 5 different areas that you can be absorbing, thinking about, and learning how to put Brzee in. And that's be on your own. But if you want to join the program, Dr. Pillai will be doing that with you for the next 6 months, basically, starting on June 9th for 6 months. There are 6 new teachings, 6 modules, 1 rolled out each month, that will go into much more detail than what I did right now or what he did on the masterclass, as well as new meditations. There'll be a 20-minute meditation and a 1-minute technique that can be done throughout the day. So one of the things he mentioned to me was like, if people say that they don't have time, I'm going to give them a 1-minute technique. So there should be no excuses, because he truly, he said his goal is to help move all of us from scarcity consciousness to abundant consciousness. And he he's really committed to this. So, which is why we've given out all these free techniques for you to get started right now, but then also for people who want to take the deeper dive and go into the 6-month program, it'll all be laid out for you to follow along over the next 6 months and really incorporate this. So now I'd like to see if there are any questions. Let me pull up. Sorry, I'm just getting to our chat. All right. Any questions? I'm on the chat so I can see what you're writing. If you've posted anything before now, please post it again because I would not have seen it. And we have lovely Sucharita on chat, support. Jason says, I'm feeling great chanting Brzee. Me too, Jason. It's amazing. Any other chat? Actually, I can also see the YouTube if you have questions there. Okay, so someone's asking what time next Sunday. We will be releasing all that information. We're going to be moving the Shreem Brzee Collective to 8 a.m. and the Brzee Abundance to 9 a.m. So our first call will be 9 a.m. Pacific time on Sunday, June 9th. And we'll be sending that out early this week. So again, if you can just repost any questions at the bottom because I wasn't able to see, but we have wonderful chat support on both YouTube and the viewing page. Rippy is asking when Brzee manifestation occurs. It occurs differently for everyone. So Dr. Pillai talked about, and I did in the recap, that we have karmic influences from so many different areas. So how and when it works is really dependent upon how committed we are, how much we do the technique, and the karmic influences that are combating it, right? So how strong is the negative mind, and how much meditation are you doing? It's because these have to offset one another in order for the manifestation part to win. So that's why there's no formula for it other than making sure you're committed to doing it and doing it very consistently. Dr. Pillai mentioned this. I think he might have mentioned it on the masterclass. If not, it was something he and I talked about beforehand, which is, it's just not going to work if you do it a few times and then let it go. Oh, I did, even if you do it 108 times for 20 days, 25, 40 days, and if it doesn't work, you give it up, then you've given up actually on the possibility, right? You can't give up. You pretty much continue to do it until you get a breakthrough. Any other questions? So, okay, Michaeline, how do you empty or clear out the mind or clear out your brain or mind? So Dr. Pillai mentioned this. Patanjali Yoga Sutras is one of these methods where the use of a mantra can go very deep and very still. Now, it's a long process because it takes time for our mind to be retrained. So I don't want to mislead anyone in saying like, hey, if you chant the mantra a few times, everything's going to change. It's chant the mantra a few times continually as much as you possibly can for years to come, and things will continue to change. Now, studying with and receiving these teachings from a master who has energy and power to pass on to us definitely quickens the process, especially if you have faith in him and the techniques and the meditations. It will happen more quickly. Now, I've been meditating for a very long time, and I met Dr. Pillai about 19 years ago, and I had been with another teacher before that. So even that, in the sense of I can go into meditation quicker now, I can feel things more easily, but it took time. It took time and practice. So I definitely want everyone to feel that the results can be there, but your commitment to it is what makes the difference on when and how those results show up. Any other questions? Vishal is asking for students, it is possible to manifest money. Yes. So we've had a lot of wonderful testimonials on people who have chanted Shreem Brzee or Brzee and have manifested prosperity in their life, literally, wealth, money. We've also had wonderful results of people reporting inner wealth, right? So happiness, joy, things you can't put a price tag on, better relationships with loved ones, gifts that people have given them. All of it is abundance. That's all abundance. That's why it's called the Brzee Abundance System, because it's not just money. And money is one of the ways that abundance comes into your life. But the outer reflects the inner. So if your inner, which is what Dr. Pillai was talking about in the masterclass, is blocked up with the negativity, the resistance, no, that's not possible, the doubts, the fears, then that is what's manifesting into your life. So we first have to go in, and Brzee is the perfect mantra to do that, to clear these concepts out, clear out the thoughts, clear out the soul, clear out the mind, clear out the body, clear out and then use it in the dream. All of this is helping us to get to that place where we're allowing scarcity to be dissolved and allowing abundance into our life. Let's see, another question. Shobha is asking, when is the group initiation with Dr. Pillai for the advanced program happening? We don't have that scheduled yet. So there's two programs that are available to join. One is the base program, right? It's all the teachings that I just talked about. And in fact, what we did was we added another bonus for all of you, because we just can't we can't stop giving away bonuses. So a bonus program package ended last week on the 30th, but we added another one. And if you register by June 9th, which is the start of the program, you now are able to receive 6 months of the group Vishwamitra and Brzee. This is the Vishwamitra statue. Fire Lab will happen every month, plus $50 that you could put towards purchasing a statue or yantra or anything on Pillai Center. So those are your bonus packages that is available. And okay, so there's the base, and that bonus you can have regardless of which program, either the basic program or the advanced program. And I shouldn't say basic, but it's the core program or the advanced program. Also included in both programs is the 6 months of training, the 6 months of education, the weekly group teaching calls that we're going to be meditating together, and we're going to go through the curriculum for that week. So we'll with you the entire time. We'll have a variety of Pillai Center teachers who are teaching it so that you receive great teachings from different people who've been studying with Dr. Pillai for 20 plus years. There's a private Facebook group where it's amazing. I swear, this is where so much magic happens in these community gatherings, whether it's on the weekly calls or in the Facebook group, where people are encouraging there's the positivity is already flowing in to this Facebook group. The program hasn't even started yet, but I'm loving checking in there every day. People are saying, here I am from, Mauritius or the UK or, Ghana, everywhere people are coming from. So it's super exciting. And that is where we really connect as a community throughout the week. And then we have the weekly calls to connect there as well. So that's the core program. You also, in the core program, you receive a $100 coupon for Pillai Center Academy if you want to use that for other courses of Dr. Pillai's. And you receive exclusive discounts that we don't give to anyone else. So if there's other specials on Pillai Center that you want to participate in, you get a deeper discount on those. So the program, it really pays for itself in the sense that, you're getting $150 worth of coupons, you're getting rituals, and you're getting other discounts if you participate in other programs. So also I should note that in prior courses that we've taught where Dr. Pillai's other Shreem Brzee courses we taught, they were 6-month programs. They were similar pricing, and Dr. Pillai taught 1 to 2 modules of them. And the other stuff we pulled together with his guidance and taught on his behalf. But this time he is teaching the entire thing. It's all recorded, don't get me wrong, but he is creating 6 new teaching modules. He hasn't done this in, I don't know when, like the last time he did every month is mystery school, and that's a significantly higher price, $600 a month program. So you're getting a huge deal with 6 new teachings from Dr. Pillai for $500, $495. So we're making it as low price as we possibly can in order to give this available to most people. If the pay in full doesn't work for you, there's different payment plan options. Please check that out. Write to us at office@pillaicenter.com if you have any other questions or needs that we could possibly help you with. Now, that's the core package. And the advanced package, on top of all of that, you receive a live mantra initiation and teaching call with Dr. Pillai, which he will then teach you how to use the Brzee goddess statue. And you'll receive one of these. You'll receive an energized Brzee goddess. This is a custom-made statue that Dr. Pillai himself designed. So it's quite unique. You won't find this anywhere else. This is Lakshmi. This is Shreem Brzee. And so the teaching call will include that, as well as there's this device. This is the first time we're showing this device. This is the mantra multiplier device. And he will be energizing these himself. They're already being giving puja to at his temple. And then he'll be blessing this, and he wants us to wear it. So that's why mine's on a chain. So I've been wearing it. And also you hold it and meditate. But he'll give the technique on how to use that in the advanced program as well. On top of that, you'll receive group monthly calls with one of the teachers, probably myself, because I'll be able to stay in closer contact with Dr. Pillai to pass on any new information to this group. We'll certainly be using whatever he delivers in the teaching call to facilitate our ongoing connectivity in the monthly calls. You will get a huge blessing, which is your birth chart will be printed and given to him, and he will look at it and bless it. He hasn't done this since the Diamond program last year, which was a $10,000 program. Of course, those people had more access to him, but it's a huge blessing to have him view and bless your birth chart, because that's an imprint of you. That's a blueprint of your energy pattern. And then he'll also be giving his birth chart analysis formula to the astrologers who will be giving you an astrology reading. So everyone in the advanced program gets an astrology reading, and then you'll after you get the reading, which is based on his special formula, you'll have a ritual done on your behalf. So the astrologer will prescribe what is the best ceremony that you need to help offset any challenges you're having, and then that's an individual fire lab that will be performed for you, one of them. And you'll also have one group Vedic life coaching session. So after you receive this information from the astrologer, then you'll know how to implement it into your life with someone who's a coach, who's able to kind of translate that information into more simplicity. Also, how to use the various apps that are available to make sure you're staying in tune with the energies of the day, and especially the ones that pertain to you, not just general ones, but like, oh, well, what should I be doing during Mercury Hora? Or which planet's impacting me in a certain way that I need to pay attention on particular days or particular hours. It's something that you're going to be able to learn and implement so that you can leverage those energies better. I mentioned that there's this beautiful goddess, and what Dr. Pillai did was had this beautiful goddess, the same image, turned into this 6-foot statue in his personal property in Chennai, and it's called the Shreem Brzee Prayer Center. And at that location, she's very new. She's still getting all beautied up, but she will be having, for the advanced people, we're making copper yantras of your birth chart. So remember how I said your birth chart is like your blueprint, and that'll be placed at her feet, and so that you're be energized with her power and energy every day for 6 months. And then at the end of that, it'll be sent to you as a keepsake and a power item. Also in front of this same goddess, we'll have monthly full moon fire labs where 8 special offerings get made to her to really please her, and all of you will be included in that. Then we have the monthly Vishwamitra group homas or fire labs. And as I said, this is the statue that was a replica of the Vijayapati temple where we have done some ceremonies, and it's where Vishwamitra meditated for a very long time. His energy is so infused there. It's so incredibly powerful. And we're aligning monthly ceremonies, fire labs with them. When they perform them, we'll also be performing them in our center in Chennai. So really important because we're connecting with all the archetypes of Brzee. We have Shreem Brzee, the Brzee goddess, and we have Vishwamitra, the one who passed on, who meditated and created the Brzee sound, and then Dr. Pillai, who is the one who's bringing it to the earth plane. So these are the Brzee archetypes, and they're here to support us. And the more we connect with them, the more we have the blessings to use and facilitate and benefit from Brzee. So that's so important. So we'll be doing those ceremonies for you. The advanced people also get 2 per month Narasimha fire labs performed on the 13th moons, which is particularly good for removing and extracting poverty consciousness and also for protection. It's the first time we're doing these, so that's pretty exciting as well. You'll receive the goddess, like I mentioned. You'll receive this one. She's about 4.5 inches or so, 5 metal, pretty substantial, and she'll be energized and mailed to you. Then you'll receive another set of karma removal ceremonies twice per month, 1 per month full moon ceremonies done in a different place in India, our fire ceremony center, and then weekly hydration ceremonies and monthly group new moon tarpanams. Remember I mentioned how tarpanam, or the ancestor offering, is so important. In the advanced program, you receive that as part of the program that you are in. So those are the, in a nutshell, both programs. Dr. Pillai also mentioned last week that if there are people out there who have philanthropic goals of wanting to help a lot of people, he is opening himself up to working directly with folks who have financial means to help a lot of people. So there's an application that will be available, and it should be on the website by tomorrow. If not, please just write to office@pillaicenter.com if that's something that you're interested in. And it's a customized program, so the pricing will be definitely more than the $2,000 for the 6 months, which is what our advanced program is. So just if that's something you're open to, write us at office@pillaicenter.com, and we'll go ahead and send you that application, and that'll be reviewed by Dr. Pillai himself. So let me go back and see if there are any other questions, since I covered a lot just there. Any questions? Someone's asking, does the new system incorporate soul genetics and proxy technology for removing negative karmas? Yes, it does. So soul genetics will be handled in the soul module, and it's something that you'll be taught as well as part of your homework, right? We really want you to be able to do this. Part of being in a structured program is that you get the benefit of reminders, right? Of someone every week saying, okay, did you do your tarpanam? You know, and if you don't, let's do it this week, right? Like, so I know for myself, I need accountability or else I'm useless. And accountability is what is a major part of the program too, because you have your community, you have the teachers, you have so much support. And we really want you to be doing these actions because that's what's going to help you manifest your goals, right? Like getting the support you need to do what you need to do to have what you want to have. Shobha's asking, is the initiation with Dr. Pillai in the advanced program for each module, or is it just the first module? The initiation with Dr. Pillai in the advanced program is one initiation. I think this is what you're asking, Shobha. If not, please clarify. It'll be one time, and it'll be it's not associated to a particular module. It's just an additional teaching and mantra initiation for Brzee, but it's at a different level because he's focusing in on this particular group. Now, inside of the 6 techniques that are given, he's always giving he's giving a new technique or teaching as well as the meditation. So you'll be receiving that transmission via Dr. Pillai for all 6 months. I hope that clarifies it, and I think that's what you meant. Any other questions? I hope this was helpful. You should have the Brzee meditation. If you don't, then just email us, office@pillaicenter.com. We'll make sure you get it. But we did send emails to everyone with the downloadable link. So we want everyone to have this technique that you practice today. We want you to do it every day. We want you to see changes in your life. We want Brzee to work for you, and we want to hear from you about that. Now, if you aren't able to join the Brzee Abundance program, there's the Shreem Brzee Facebook group that was also sent to you, or just go look for Shreem Brzee Official on Facebook and join that group. That is where you'll also receive support and community. And however, if you choose to join the Brzee Abundance program or system, there's a new Facebook group for that, but that's for the people who are in this program only. And like I said, we'll be getting started June 9th, so next Sunday. So you have a week left to join and not to miss anything. And that's also when these next set of bonuses expire on June 9th. And then after that, we'll really be diving into the program. So if you can't join by June 9th, let us know. We can make a special exception. In fact, we'll probably leave it open until the end of the month just for any stragglers out there. But really the program is starting on June 9th, and all the bonuses will definitely will end by June 9th. There'll be nothing after that. So if you can, definitely a good idea to join by then so that you receive everything possible for you to get moving on your Brzee Abundance journey. So I had a call before with some folks, and one of the questions was, so kind of, Dr. Pillai has done a lot of teachings. Do I need to join this one? The answer is no, you don't need to join this one. If you have teachings that are working for you, that you're using, that's fantastic. However, what often happens is that Dr. Pillai will receive new transmissions from divine beings. Right now, it happens to be Brzee, and she's giving him more teachings, more techniques that she wants him to pass on, which he's passing on. And so it's important when we're studying with a master, when we're studying with a guru, a teacher, that we are on the journey with him, because he is always changing and working with these different forces, and then he is passing them on to us. So yes, if you've been in prior programs, that's fantastic. If they're working for you, great, continue to use them. However, if you're looking to kind of be on the journey with Dr. Pillai over the next 6 months, this is the place to be, because there aren't going to be any other longer term programs that allow us to be in this type of longer term kind of teaching or energy field for this period of time. That's what it is. All right, so it looks like we have all of our questions answered. If there's anything else that you need, please contact office@pillaicenter.com, and we'll be happy to accommodate you or answer any questions. And I personally look forward to seeing you in the Brzee Abundance System and joining our call next week on June 9th. If that's not in the financial If that's not financially possible for you, then you have everything you need to get started today with Brzee Abundance. And please don't delay. And please put your commitment and your time into this so that you can then see results. So we'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much for joining. Namaste.